seek leave to
That
table
was
that.
back before I became disgraced. Senator Nash.
Thanks.
Is that table then?
Table.
Thanks, Chair. Mr McCormack, I just want to clarify something. When I was asking you the questions around Qantas and the information regarding Mr James, you made a comment something about, I think Mr James had referred to that in camera, or I was just trying to clarify what you meant. Maybe it was just an assumption that he may have.
That's all.
Was that was just an assumption?
Just an assumption. Sir.
Okay. Can I just ask you to take on notice also, just because of time, the issue of the black box. Whose call is it to require the retrieval of a black box?
I can answer that one, Senator. That's the ATSB.
Okay, that's lovely. And the two on notice. In terms of the information regarding the weather from the weather reporting, as you referred to earlier, the initial one was 6,000 feet in terms of the cloud, but then a second one was issued very shortly after with the different information. How do you know it was received? Given some of the issues around the radio frequency, and of course I understand that you know it was sent, how do you know it was received?
I can look to the ATSB report, Senator.
Okay, can I ask you to take it on notice? Given the evidence around how you in CASA know that information was received by the pilot. And also just regarding Mr Wickham and his appointment to CASA,
Yes,
could
Senator.
you, again on notice, if you wouldn't mind providing for the committee, how many applicants there were for that position and who was on the selection panel? I think, as the Chair has raised, it looks extremely odd that CASA would employ the chief pilot from Pelair while ATSB was currently conducting the report, the investigation around the report. It's very, very strange. So if you could take on notice for us the applicants and who was on the selection panel.
Certainly, Senator.
Did it not strike you as odd that you were employing somebody from the company who was the chief pilot to come and work for CASA when ATSB were doing their draft report on the incident? Given that you've said that there were concerns around Pelair, as you said, there were things they could do better.
Good on you, Mr Hood. We knew you'd rescue him.
I'm going to pass
Rescue, Mr Hood, rescue him.
Thank you, Chair.
You get a free
Thank you,
beer
Senator.
tonight.
No, in the selection process, and in fact during the previous couple of years, when we moved to have the previous chief pilot changed with the Rex and Pelair management, we were delighted at the appointment of Captain Wickham as the new chief pilot. And in fact...
So what date was that? Sorry, Chair, what date
sorry?
was that? What date was the changeover?
He was appointed on the 21st of November 2008.
So more than a year before the incident?
Yes, and around about a year before the incident. And the three legs, we were very pleased with the work of the chief pilot in relation to the improvement of safety standards. There were three elements to Pelair. One was the Adelaide Saab operation, one was the Nowra Lear operation, and the third was the Sydney-based Pelair operation. And it was certainly our experience that Captain Wickham was an above-average chief pilot and was moving through a...
Okay, I take that. But the delight that you expressed, that's an unusual sort of phrase for an agency to be delighted about somebody being appointed, isn't it?
Happy
But that,
to
of course,
withdraw that.
your delight was based
Satisfied?
on... Your delight was based on his pre-Pelair employment. So
No, on his Senator, I'm sorry, on his demonstrated performance as chief pilot during that 12-month period, particularly in relation to the Adelaide and Nowra operations.
Okay, if you could take the other on notice.
Sorry, Senator, I can give you the answer to one question.
Yes.
The weather report, it's on page 6 of the ATSB report, and it says these conditions were less than the ultimate minimum. This is the weather that was given 1 minute later. And the report says the pilot in command acknowledged receipt of that weather report but did not inquire as to the availability of amended terminal forecast for the island. So that's how we would know that he received that report.
So you had no conversations or your department in the recovery of the black box?
No, Senator, we didn't.
No input at all?
No, Senator.
Email trails are a great thing. That's why I've never sent one. The chief pilot, the audit that was conducted criticised the systems of Pelair, correct?
The special audits, yes, sir.
Yes. the chief pilot at the time when you made the criticism, is he the guy that you've employed?
When the audit was done,
They're nodding.
yes, yes.
So he would have borne and been related to and had some input into the system that you criticised,
That's fair to say, Senator, yes.
and yet you employed him. Best of luck. Thank you very much for your evidence today.
That's how I started the question. Okay. Brilliant.
Anyhow, we're most grateful for your patience, endurance and smiling faces. Best of luck.
Thank you,
If you
Chair.
think it's a bugger of a job, you could always take Mr Bowen's job on, the Minister for Immigration. He's got a worse job than you.
Sorry, whose job?
Mr Bowen.
Bowen. Little risk I'll run short of challenges, Chair. I think that's where I am. Thanks very much.
I'm sure of that.